turning up the amps right now. Yeah, looking at the jams right now. Y'all know we can stand that ground. You been looking at the jam. That's the attitude. Got a little something that I gotta prove. From the bottom, we just doing what we gotta do.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It is finally that time of the build where we start the framing, and this is the point where all those careful measurements we took on putting the foundation in and getting our subfloor just perfect, everything to the right dimensions and everything perfectly square, because that's going to mean when we're putting these walls up that they just go together so much easier when all the measurements line up right where they should be. But as you see behind me here, we already did the framing, so I guess you're going to have to watch the video and see how we got from subfloor to raised walls. So let's go get to work. So if you're like me and you're trying to build a house by yourself, or a shop or a garage, you're going to end up having to lift some heavy walls. And this one behind me here is such a heavy wall that there's no way that one person can lift this wall by themselves. But I have the solution to that. So let me go ahead and show you what I have to lift up this wall. So this right here is my answer to lifting these heavy walls. This right here is a wall jack, and I have a pair of these, and these go slip underneath the wall, and we just lift the wall up. It's a real simple process. So let me go ahead and show you how to set these up, put them on the wall, and lift up a wall. And here's the wall jack all set up. It's put on a standard 2x4, and it goes through the two jaws here and out the bottom, and just has this 3/4 inch handle on the bottom that works as a pump jack. Same thing, so ratchet it back and forth, and it'll lift your wall up. Alright, so it is the next day here. So yesterday we went ahead and put up this back wall there, and today and framed this wall here. This is the wall that's going to go for the kitchen, and that's the kitchen window looking out of there when you're doing the dishes. We went ahead and just put this together. I'll explain the process a little bit better for the next walls. There's still lots of walls to do, so there's still lots of things to show you. But this one is ready to be put up. That one, you saw we did the sheathing on that before we put it up. And this one, we will put the wall up and then do the sheathing, just because the sheathing is going to go and connect to this wall there and kind of tie the two walls together. And if we put the sheathing on before, we won't be able to lift the wall up. So that's why we're doing it that way. So we'll lift it up, put the sheathing on afterwards. But now it's time to lift this up. And we went and took lunch. It's been a couple hours now. We came back and we built this second wall here. This is going to be the dining area. This little corner here. So we have a nice big window there and a nice big window there to look out of. But this one is ready to be picked up. We double checked everything. Everything is there. So now, fun part. Let's lift this one up. And we're back on site. Took a couple days off for the holiday, but you see here, got these walls up. Nothing fell down over the weekend. So plan for today is we have this little piece of short wall there, and that one was going up 14 feet. And then after that, we'll do a small little 2x4 wall, which will also go up 14 feet. That one's going to spread out to about right there, and then there will be a big 2x12 beam that will go over and connect to that one. To hold that roof up and all those rafters. So that's kind of the plan for today. We'll go ahead and get that small wall done, get that put up, and we'll come back when we're building this small interior wall right there. Alright, a little update here. You see, went ahead and put that post there. That's going to hold the big beam up. I was planning to put that beam up on the top there, but 11 feet is a lot higher than what my ladder can go. I only have one ladder, and it's going to be real hard to get a beam up there and a little roof piece on top there, a little wall piece. So I'll leave that probably till tomorrow. I'm going to grab some scaffolding for that. But in the meantime, went ahead and started on this long wall here. This is for the 2 bedrooms, and this is our rake wall, so it's an angled wall. So just what we did is we measured that one, cut that side there, and let me spin you around here, and it came back down to the bottom side. This one's at 9 feet down to that one, and I just did a chalk line from the top of that one around, let me get around there, to the top of there, snap that chalk line, and then that way we know to put our board straight on there, and then we can put our boards in between there. And right now we're just working on getting the outside studs in, and we can get the window put in. And since this wall is a little bit too long and too heavy, we're going to split it in half right here down the middle, so we can actually lift this thing up. We won't put the sheathing on this one because it'll be really heavy then. So this will just be the studs, and we're going to try to build this and then get it lifted up. Alright, so it is actually the next day here. Yesterday afternoon we just spent building this wall here. Doing these rake walls, it takes a little bit extra time because you have to measure each stud. You just can't go and cut them all the same size. So that definitely takes a lot of extra time. But this wall, we have it in 2 pieces there. Like I said before, everything is done. We have our 2 windows in for the bedrooms. So now I think it's time to get these walls stood up. And there you go. We got that half of the wall put up there. Got a temporary brace on it so it's not going to fall over where I put in the other wall up. And one little details I want to show you guys here. What I'm doing, since it's just the two of us lifting these walls up, we don't want these walls slipping off the edge while we're lifting them up. So what I'm doing, I'm coming out here while I'm doing the framing and putting the nail in an angle into the floor, and that's going to hold it down, and that works as a bit of a hinge. So when we lift this up, then it's not going to slide off the edge there or anything like that. And I just put one of those about every 3 feet, and that makes it so this wall is not going to fall off the edge while we're lifting it up. And we got that last little section of wall done there. Next, so we can go ahead and finish this wall that goes across here. So we can get this wall attached. Next we have to do is get that beam across there. We put a support there, another support along there, and then we're building our 2 by, what is it? This is going to be a 6 by 12 beam. We're putting 3 2 by 12s together, and we'll go ahead and we're going to try to get this lifted up and put up there. We're only putting 2 pieces together now because it's pretty heavy, so we're going to get it 2 pieces up there and then go up there and attach the 3rd piece up there and make that a complete 6 by 12 beam. So we came to this back wall. It's going to be the bedroom and bathroom, and I thought I'd give you a little look on how we're doing our layout here. So to get it started, I just like to get my bottom plate, and I'll get it lined up with this chalk line that I made there. That's the edge of the wall, so when I put the nails in from the side, this will lay down flat and it'll be right on the edge about where I need it. But I put the bottom one there, do my layout on that one, and I put my top plate on top of it there, so that way I can easily transfer my measurements to the top. So then I'll take this one and I will move it out further and put my studs in between, and then that way, doing it this way, I'll know that the studs on the bottom are lined up with the marks on the top, and my wall is going to be straight and square. So that's just what we're doing now. Getting ready to cut out these 2x6s here for our wall studs here. So we're going to get those cut out, get this framed up, and I'll be back in a minute. And here's this bottom wall all complete. When all these studs are actually all the same size, it goes real quick putting this together. And since it's just a nice flat square wall, this is a pretty low one too. We'll go ahead and get the sheets of OSB out and sheathe this one while it's laying down, because that's a lot easier. And we'll use our wall jacks again and get this thing lifted up. Alright, so we went ahead and put down our OSB here, the sheathing. This is the force field weather barrier system. I'll talk about that maybe in like the next video when we're doing sheathing on the whole house, but I'll give you a little look at it now, kind of what it is. This OSB here has this weatherproofing layer on top of it, and then the edges are waterproofed, and then for the seams has this special tape that goes down the seams there. It's really easy, it just sticks on just like regular tape. And for the roof you can use the same stuff, but it has just a different tape, but I'll go into that a little bit later. For now, this wall is done, it's ready to be picked up. You can probably hopefully see on the edges here, we did an overhang of 10 inches, so when we lift the wall up, this OSB will come and overhang this rim board here, so then we could nail the sheathing to the rim board, and it's going to kind of lock the walls down to the foundation, since the only thing that's keeping the walls connected to the floor is just a bunch of nails. So with this sheathing, then it'll kind of lock everything together into one big piece. But anyways guys, this is a big heavy wall again, so I'm going to get the wall jacks out and get this thing picked up. And it is the next morning here. Yesterday we got started on framing up this final wall here, which is probably the longest and tallest wall we're gonna have to put up here. So I hope we can lift it. If not, I guess we have the wall jacks to get it up. But kind of what we did first is we just started on framing out the windows. This is a nice entry window here. This is the like the entryway. This will be the living room in there, and this is the front door there. So we got the sides done, and then we put the headers in there, and next we'll go ahead and put in the studs in between. And this one, since there's missing a spot up there, we'll probably put the top plate on this one just to hold that together. And we're going to go ahead and try to lift this wall up. And yeah, I guess we're just saving the biggest and best for last. So before it gets too hot out here, we can go and get this framed up like I said, and lift this wall up. So I'll see you back here in a second. Alright, so here's the last wall. We got this one all framed up. This one's done, ready to get lifted up. Put a couple blocks under it just to see how heavy it is. And this thing is pretty heavy. Probably doesn't look like it on the camera, but this wall is about 16 feet long and 14, almost 15 feet tall on the tall side, and about 10 feet on that side. So it's a pretty heavy wall here. We're gonna go ahead and try to lift it, and if we can't get it by hand, then I think we'll try to get the wall jacks under there and get this lifted up somehow. So let's see what happens. Ready?
Yep. No, that's not happening. Nope.
Not today.
Nope. Nope. Woo!
All right, well, that wall was definitely the hardest wall to put up there. That took a bit of time, but with the help of the wall jacks, we were able to get that up there. And it's just getting a little stuck on the corner there. It's just kind of getting wedged in the wall, but I took off the brace there and pushed the wall out a bit, and we were able to get that wall up there a little bit easier. But that is up there. That is the final exterior wall. Went up and got that wall attached to that big beam up there and put a few extra supports in. And now, finally, this exterior framing is complete. Alright guys, well, I think that's going to do it for this video. We got all these exterior walls framed and put up, and even have sheathing on a couple walls. Really excited about that. This is a really good productive week. Really happy with how this is turning out now. And if you like these kind of videos, be sure to subscribe, because we have a new one every single weekend. And next weekend, that video will be us putting on the sheathing on this whole house and finishing up the interior walls. So until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next weekend.
Make the man and some pressure make a gemstone. Trying to put $1 to my name like Creflo. Not your boy, late to the game. It's in the blood flow. And I'm from the south. It's thick skin and tough bone. Big attitude through big lips with gusto. Trust no kings, that's why they tried to crush souls. But it's IGBO when the dust blows.